Blake Lively blasted paparazzi for stalking her daughters and publishing their pictures. Initially, her fans were confused by her reaction, because the pictures that Blake was upset about featured the actress smiling and waving, but she admitted that behind the scenes, that was definitely not what happened. Blake explained, "You edit together these images to look like I'm happily waving, but that is deceitful. The real story is, my children were being stalked by a man all day." At first, Blake asked him to leave, but the paparazzi refused. His refusal frightened Blake, as she felt that her daughters were unsafe just because she was famous. Later, when the photos were published in the Daily Mail, Blake called out the publication, accusing them of child endangerment. She concluded by asking them to delete the pictures and to stop the practice altogether. "Please stop paying grown-ass men to hide and hunt children." But even though Blake and her husband tried to protect their daughters at all cost, they still can't escape criticism for their parenting. When their eldest daughter was a newborn, Blake shared a sweet picture of Ryan Reynolds and the baby, but the image became a hotly contested debate because fans noted that the little girl wasn't properly secured in her baby carrier. The actor was humble about the backlash, admitting that as a new dad, he expected to make a lot more mistakes in the future, especially since it wasn't the first time he'd been on the receiving end of scorn about the baby. The first time the couple fell victim to internet scrutiny was after announcing their eldest child's name. When Ryan and Blake introduced James Reynolds to the world, their fans wanted to know why the couple gave their daughter a boy's name. The actor justified that he and his wife chose the name to honor a family member.
Yeah, my father just passed away, but my daughter's named after him, James, yeah.
But that was just the beginning of the public fire about Ryan and Blake's parenting, because some fans think that this couple is more concerned about their careers. During press interviews, Blake has made some harsh jokes at the expense of her daughters.
I'm actually more proud of A Simple Favor.
Yeah,
So,
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Been my children.
That's the thing.
Where I was
Thank
going
God.
with it.
Ryan also incurred the internet's wrath by revealing that his daughter James was regularly on the set of his R-rated movie Deadpool. Netizens feel that the film's sexual allusions, bad language, and violence make that both an unsuitable environment for a kid and endangering. That scrutiny intensified when Reynolds starred in a series of ads for his gin brand because he couldn't stop involving his kids. First, he shared a recipe for a custom cocktail, which implied that he regularly needed alcohol to cope with his children.
Now that is as refreshing as fatherhood. Well, something I call the vasectomy for no reason at all. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Ryan is notorious for making jokes at his family's expense, including his wife. When Blake debuted her baby bump for the couple's second daughter, her hubby turned it into a joke.
I thought she's just been pounding beer, and it turns out that she's like 6 months pregnant or something.
It's gotten him into trouble many times because some fans feel that his jokes go too far.
Wait a minute. You're making jokes about your baby daughter?
Yeah.
Who's 6 weeks old or something?
She's fair game, Dave.
Yeah.
Yet, behind this couple's jokes and seemingly blasé parenting, there is a lot that Ryan and Blake are doing right. They do not consider their kids targets. In fact, they are both incredibly protective of all three of their daughters. These parents also work hard to make sure their daughters are empowered. Ryan has explained that as a girl dad, he's determined not to push gender-normative ideas on his girls. Behind all the debatable jokes, Blake and Ryan also share their parenting struggles, including Blake's postpartum issues. Just months after giving birth to James, the actress was working on a film that meant she had to spend the entire shoot in a bikini. Blake really battled with the pressures for Hollywood women to look a certain way no matter what.
You don't need to be Victoria's Secret ready right away because you just did the most incredible miracle that life has to offer. I mean, you gave birth to a human being.
Her husband has also opened up about his own issues. After years of struggling with anxiety and using comedy as a defense mechanism, Ryan is trying a new tactic. Last year, the Deadpool star admitted he'd been taking a break from acting to spend more time with his family. In the past, at least one parent was home with the girls.
We're really good about keeping our family together. We don't work at the same time.
But now that his daughters are older, Ryan wants to be around more. "I don't want to miss this time. You don't get this time back. I have to be there." Reactions were mixed. Some called out the actor for being rich and privileged enough to be able to take time off at all, while others mocked him for still having film releases during his sabbatical. Since the announcement, Ryan's comments about his family have become less openly comedic and more inspiring, because he and Blake just want to raise good kids.
I want them to grow up to be self-aware human beings that, are affect some positive change somehow, some way in the world.
But that doesn't mean we won't ever see another joke about James, Inez, or Betty again, because those jokes and tweets are actually a team effort. And they're also 100% untrue. Blake told Glamour, "When he says 'my daughter,' he's never ever talking about her. Everything is a completely made-up scenario. He'll run them by me sometimes just to make me laugh." Blake and Ryan's parenting may look unconventional, but it's admirable. They're proving that there's more than one way to raise your children. Every parent is the writer of their own rulebook.